Hello, my name's Mel Ashworth and welcome to Coffee with the Councillor. Hello, you are Mike Kus.
Yeah.
Welcome, Mike. It's really, really good to have you in. So could you tell me a little bit about which ward you stand for and how long you've been a councillor? And yeah.
So I'm Town Councillor for Mead Vale.
Okay.
Which is, as you know, in Wirral, so Wirral
Yes.
is in that area.
Yes.
It's all the birdland estates.
Yes, I know. I know it
commonly
well.
sort of known as. And I've been the councillor since May, so very new, very fresh.
Very
to
new.
it.
Congratulations. Was that quite an experience?
It was. You know, it's a lot of work. I went
Lot
through
of-
about 4 pairs of shoes, I think, with all the walking around.
Absolutely,
It
yeah.
was good to do.
You said you're town councillor.
Yes.
So you stand as a town councillor and as a councillor within the council?
No.
Oh,
So not North
okay.
Somerset as well, no.
Right, so town council. So
Yeah.
what does that entail? What do you do?
On the town council?
Yes.
I'm on it's a new committee. I can't think of what it's
Don't worry.
called now. I'm on the committee that looks after Blake Hay,
Yes.
Museum, and Milton Cemetery.
Okay.
And also on the youth council. One of the links for the youth council.
Right. So do you have quite a lot to do with the youth of Weston in that sense? Do you interact with them quite a lot and have meetings together, or how does it work?
The youth council, unfortunately, the council's had a lot of exams recently, so a few of the meetings have been cancelled. But
Yeah.
we met last week.
Right.
They all seem very good, actually, and very keen.
Yeah.
I'm a school governor on Mead Vale
Primary school,
as well. So as much as time allows with work as well, then yes, I will do. And I've just got small children myself. So.
Oh wow! How many children have you
2.
got? 2. What are they?
Ella's 7.
Yeah.
And Joshua, my young boy's 2.5.
Wow, gosh.
So, yeah.
You're a busy man. And you seem so young. Do you mind me asking how old you are, Mike?
35. So
35.
I'm not the youngest on the town council, but
You're certainly not the oldest, though, are you? No. So you've got a wife and 2 children. You've got work. What do you do?
I'm a senior manager up at University Hospitals Bristol, so the sort of central Bristol hospitals across the BRI, the Eye Hospital, the Dental Hospital,
Right.
Children's, St Michael's, a couple of other hospitals as well.
Gosh. And you've got time to fit in for
about.
being the town.
Just about.
That's amazing. But they do say if you want something done, ask a busy person.
Well, yeah.
You know, if someone's sitting doing nothing, don't bother asking them to do anything because you'll never get it done.
No, I think you have to have the inclination to want to do it.
Yeah. What gave you the inclination to get involved with the town council then?
Well, I've always sort of been interested in politics, so I was in political groups at university and moving through from there.
Can we just say, which party are you with?
Conservatives.
Yes. We didn't say that.
I forgot the question now. Sorry, yeah. So doing that, then getting involved with the Conservatives in Weston.
Yeah.
Going out and leafleting, doing sort of canvassing with John Penrose.
Yes.
Things like that. So you sort of start getting involved that way, becoming a school governor, sort of seeing other things in the community, think that actually someone's got to do it. It might as well be me. To
Why
have
not
the
me?
interest, I might as well put myself forward. Yeah.
Right, good for you. So you sort of had the inner motivation really to go forward and stand.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. What would you say to young people who maybe doubt that they could ever get involved in local politics or have experienced sort of frustrations and want to change things but wouldn't have a clue how? What would you say to youngsters, who've never had the sort of influences and input that you've had maybe?
Well, I think quite lucky in Weston that for a start there is the youth council. They're always looking for people to help out, so that's the sort of first place to get involved.
So how would they do that? Where would they go?
Just contact either through the town council or they could. There's people in Barcode that would know about it as well, so that would probably be the easiest way.
Yeah.
All the parties probably, if they feel affiliated to one party more than another, all the parties will always be more than glad to have any younger members come in, get in touch, say the sort of things that they're interested in, how they want to get involved, what they might like to see change. So anyone can do it. Just got
What age were you when you joined?
Well, at first in university.
So 20, 19, 18?
Yeah. I did then sort of drop out of it for a bit and then got more involved sort of last 5, 6, 7 years.
Okay, well, it's all interesting. Yeah. Thanks, Mike. Were you born and brought up in Weston?
No, I have only lived in Weston. I've only lived in England 10 years. So
interesting.
Born in Newport, lived in South Wales all my life.
Okay.
Married my wife when I was 24. We got married in Weston.
Yeah.
My wife's family live in Weston.
Yeah.
And a year after that, Kath was quite keen to move back to Weston, be closer to her family. I was still working in Cardiff at the time, so I was still commuting across. That was a bit of a drag in the summer, I have to be honest. It was fairly easy getting there, but hitting the M5 every Friday evening in particular was not pleasant. No. So then I got a job in Weston Hospital.
Right.
And from there then moved up to the BRI.
Right, okay. Now your surname is quite unusual.
Yeah.
Kus, is that right? Kus.
Yeah.
Can you tell us where that comes from?
It's Polish. My grandfather's Polish. He sort of I think just before the Second World War came over to South Wales.
Okay.
Worked in the mines in South Wales. So
there's been quite There's been quite a Polish community in Wales, hasn't there, for many years?
Yeah, quite a long time.
Yeah, it's not a new thing.
No.
As we all seem to think, yeah.
There's been people coming across from
Poland.
Do
you speak Polish?
Not a word. I don't speak Welsh either.
You don't even have a Welsh accent. How did you manage that?
Well,
you don't. No.
If I was back over in Wales, it would come through a bit stronger. Oh. But yeah, so I was born in Newport. I fortunately haven't got a Newport accent. It's not the most attractive of the Welsh accents. But spent most of my life in Chepstow, I suppose. So that was, right on the border.
Yes, Chepstow's beautiful, isn't it?
It is very, very picturesque. Yeah. Bit quiet, but that's that has its charm as well.
It does. Can I ask you, what do you enjoy doing in your spare time? This is obviously a programme for people to get to know the councillors. So let's get to know you, Mike. What do you do in your spare time?
What is spare time when you've got two small children?
Yes. Nappy changing.
Yeah, well, fortunately, he's nearly out of nappies. He's toilet training now. The daughter's learning to ride a bike with no. She's left it quite late, actually. But so
she has, or you have?
No, she has. So a lot of pushing a child around on a bike with no stabilisers
at
the moment.
Bit of a bad back, or are you okay?
Too bad. Not too bad. I'm all right on that. I like watching football, playing.
Which team do you support?
Cardiff City.
Oh, of course.
Playing football when I get the chance, which isn't that often.
Yeah.
Computer games.
Yes.
Building computers, tinkering with computers, fixing people's computers.
Right.
I probably shouldn't have said that because...
Yeah, you'll get people calling in. Can you come and do my computer?
Can you look at this for me?
Oh, fab.
But yeah, between work and sort of being a counsellor and
you haven't got much spare time.
And small children, then all I really want to do by 8 o'clock is to sit on the sofa and not go very far, if I'm honest.
Yeah, absolutely. I can understand that completely. Okay, what are you irritated by?
Ooh.
Whether as a counsellor or just in general, what irritates you?
I'm quite laid back.
You never get irritated?
Well, no, I wouldn't say I never get irritated. Perhaps being a counsellor was the wrong way to go, but bureaucracy getting in the way of things being
right.
Perhaps being a counsellor
sort of tackle
was
it from
choice.
The inside.
Yeah, maybe. I suppose from a counsellor point of view, apathy. There's a lot of apathy out there. You find when you're on the doorstep, but they're the same people that will be quick to criticise what councillors or whatever party are trying to do and get done. So you can't win either way.
No.
They don't want to talk to you when you knock on the door, but they want to complain about all the things you're doing that they would have liked to see done differently.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's
how do you challenge apathy? It's almost like a disease, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. How do you...
What would you do?
You just have to... in some ways, you just
it's hard to answer.
Yeah, it's very hard to answer, isn't it? In some ways, you have to take it on the chin. In some ways, you have to get out there and say, no, actually, if you want something done, either you have to challenge your councillors or community leaders to do it, or just best of all, get involved yourself. But if someone's not inclined to do it, you can't force people to, and it's very, very difficult. And it's...
Do you think maybe voting to not vote should be made illegal?
No, I don't. No, I don't think we should go down that route.
That's what they do in Australia.
It is what they do in Australia, but
no.
If people feel that nobody represents, maybe you could make voting compulsory if there was a sort of none of the above option, or something like that, because people will go, well, actually, I don't want any of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Or feel that some people feel whoever they vote in, it's not going to make any difference, and it's up to us to actually show that we can make a difference.
Yeah.
But no, I wouldn't go with compulsory voting.
Right. Okay. Just out of interest, of course.
It's a fair enough question.
What are you passionate about?
What am I passionate about?
Apart from your children and your wife.
Family, and Cardiff City, and probably kicking. Wales will probably get a kicking tomorrow in the football. I suppose it is about actually showing that you can make a difference.
Right.
Even if not everyone's going to agree with how you go about it or what it is you're trying to do, but it is about showing people that they don't just have to sit back and accept the things that happen.
Yeah.
That they can sort of get out there and make a difference, however small it is.
Passionate about making a difference.
Yeah, that sounds a bit cheesy, doesn't it?
Not at all. Not at all. I think that sounds great. 3 people, living or dead, that you'd invite to a dinner party.
That's a hard question.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, we can come back to it.
Well,
We can come back to it?
Yeah, let's come back to it.
Okay, we'll come back to that one. What do you love about Weston, Mike? Presumably you do love it.
No, I do. I think actually it's a town that's got an awful lot going for it. Being brought up in somewhere like Chepstow, which is lovely, but is very quiet.
Yeah.
I think in Weston you've got the seafront, you've got, more of them unfortunately are moving out of the town centre, but you have got a good range of shops, you've got plenty of things that people can get involved in, you've got, if that's your thing, you've got a large range of churches. There's a lot going on in the town. There are a lot of groups that you can get involved in. I think that people will complain wherever they live, won't they? And some people just want to see the worst of everything. But actually, I think if you don't want to live in a city, and I can understand that a lot of people don't want to live in a city, then Weston is still a good-sized town. It's not too big. I think that's good about it. You're 2 minutes from countryside if you need to get out and have a bit of a break. So I think it's just a town that's got.
You've got a good rail link here.
Well, I commute on a train every morning. Yes, it's okay.
Well, they turn up.
Yeah, eventually.
Yes, maybe that was the wrong thing of me to say.
It's better than trying to drive out of Weston, that's for sure.
Yeah, Junction 21.
Yeah.
What would you like to see happen with that?
Well, it's kind of twofold, isn't it? I would like there to be more reason for people not to have to drive out of the town in the morning. So if we could get some better employment in Weston, give people less reason. But I think still at the same time, whether it's, a 21A or they increase the capacity of it, they have to do something there because it's frustrating. And then you can't go and build all these extra houses that we're going to build out at Locking and wherever else, with hopefully jobs to come with it. But some of the people that live there, again, will want to commute to Bristol or Taunton or wherever else, and getting out of the town in the morning is a nightmare.
Absolute nightmare. You're talking about the snow dome that's hopefully going to come.
Well,
proposed.
Yeah, things as well.
Yeah, because there's got to be some. I mean, great to get into Weston, but we can't keep people prisoner, can we?
Well, I don't know.
Okay, a bit of blue sky thinking just before we finish. If there was anything that you could bring to Weston, don't think about cost, don't think about it's too far away, how will we get it here?
Yeah.
What would you love to have in place in Weston?
Well, it'd probably be a bit of what we just talked about. So I think less reason for people to commute out of Weston in the morning would be fantastic. So some commutes out of Weston every morning for their job.
Great businesses.
So whatever the employment is.
Okay.
But less reason for people to commute out. And I think whether it can happen or not is another matter. But I think the one thing people of Weston would like to see would be Tropicana back open with
absolutely,
preferably a pool. But I think anything has got to be better than what's there now. So something there. With a preference, I suppose.
Sure.
If we can do it with a pool, fantastic. If we can't, then something has to go there.
Something great has to go there.
Something.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's been a pleasure.
Oh, do I get out of the dinner guest? Fantastic.
Thanks. You've just reminded me before we go. Who are the 3?
I suppose Hobboy's question is it says something about it, doesn't it? Probably. Reason Mortimer, a bit of irreverence at the dinner table. Stephen Fry, maybe.
Oh,
yeah,
fabulous.
At least the conversation would keep going.
Fabulous.
If Reeves and Mortimer would let him.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe my third one would be, and this is very personal, and it's probably one of the most disappointing 90 minutes of my life. So 1994, Wales were a penalty kick away qualifying for the World Cup, and Paul Bodin put it over the crossbar, and I was there, and I would have been 16, 17, and that was horrible.
Oh.
We were that close to the World Cup, and that's probably as close as Wales will get to the Football World Cup in my lifetime. So, Paul Bodin, why did you miss that penalty?
Yeah. Oh, you don't get any dinner?
No.
Anyway, Mike, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. And that's the end of Coffee with the Councillor. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again.
Thank you, Mel.
Thanks, Mike.
Weston Super Television. Made by you.